Hello, my name is Chef Jelly and today we're going to be making a Captain Marvel cupcake. It's about time that Marvel made a heroine hero, and it is our Captain Marvel. I can't wait for this movie to start, and I'm so excited that I made a cupcake. These cupcakes are perfect for any premiere parties you have for the movie, and any birthday parties that you have for your kids, and any office parties, and anyone you want to impress. You can impress with these little babies right here. This recipe is half a dozen, so it makes 6 cupcakes. To start this cupcake recipe, we're going to need 3 tablespoons of softened butter. Now we're going to cream it. 1/4 cup and 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar. We're going to cream this with the butter as well. Once our butter and sugar mixture starts to become lumpy and incorporate with each other, we're going to add 1 egg. Once this batter has a consistency of liquid, we are going to add our vanilla extract. We are going to be adding approximately 2 teaspoons. Now for our dry ingredients. Here we have half a cup of all-purpose flour that we're going to mix with half a teaspoon of baking powder. We are also going to add a 1/8 teaspoon of salt into our flour and our baking powder. As we add our flour into our batter, we are going to alternate it with milk. Here we're going to add our remaining 1/4 cup of milk, the rest of the flour, and there you have the batter of half a dozen cupcakes. We're going to scrape our bowl on the sides with our spatula and make sure that everything is well incorporated. We're going to preheat our oven to 350 as we fill up these 6 tin foil cupcakes. I'm going to be using a cookie scooper to scoop 2 scoops into these 6 cupcakes. We are going to be putting these cupcakes in the oven at 350 for 10 minutes. Hello, so we just took our cupcakes out of the oven and we let them cool. And to make this cupcake, you need a fondant roller, a cookie cutter, this one is 2.5 inches, and a star cookie cutter, a small spatula, a paring knife, and yellow fondant, red fondant, and blue fondant. And this is buttercream, and we will be using red, but you can use any color you desire. And a silicone mat. Our cupcakes look like this and not like this because the point is to get them flat so that we can put our frosting, and then so we can also put our decorations on top. So we're gonna first start frosting off our cupcakes, and here we have about 2 cups of frosting, and it's the color red, but you can really use any color because we're going to be covering it with our fondant. So the point is to get it nice and even and all the way down there and pretty much flat. All the way down to the edge. and flat like that. Moving on to our next cupcake. All the way down to the edge and flatten it out. Now we're going to move on to the fondant. Let's start with the blue fondant. Let's knead it a couple times. Kneading the fondant will just help make it softer. So if it's drying out, you just mix it, you knead it, and it'll become softer and easier to use. Make sure there's something under it like this silicone mat, because then it won't stick. Because look at my hand, you see it's already blue. Imagine your table being blue. You don't want that. Now using your fondant pin, mini fondant pin, we're gonna roll it out. We're gonna flip it, roll it out again. This thickness is about 2 centimeters, and we're going to now cut it with our cookie cutter. We're going to use the soft side, so that way when we put it on our cupcake, it'll be a perfect circle. We're gonna cut this into 3 circles. Same thing, we're gonna knead our red until it's soft and workable. And the same thing, we're gonna roll it out. We're gonna roll it out again to 2 centimeters thick. We're gonna cut this into 3 circles. Now we are going to cut our blues in half. And we're gonna put it on our cupcake. Then we're gonna cut our red in half and put it on our cupcake too, just like the blue one. So far, this is how our cupcakes are supposed to look like. Half blue, half red. Now we're going to move on to our yellow. First, we're gonna knead it. Kneading is done with this part of your hands. So you squish it, you fold it, squish it, you fold it, and you squish it again, you fold it. We're gonna roll this out about 2 centimeters thick. And with this, we are going to make 6 stars. We're going to reserve the rest for later. After we cut the stars, we're going to roll the remaining yellow, and we're gonna cut it into thick yellow strips. We're gonna cut it to where it's a huge rectangle first. And we're gonna cut it about 3 inches like that. So from the strips that we made, we are going to cut them in half, and then we're going to cut those halves in halves. So we're gonna have 4 tiny strips. Each cupcake needs 4. So we're gonna assemble this so you can see it. Now we are going to assemble it. and the star right on top. And you do that again for the next 6 cupcakes. When you're doing your cupcake and you feel like your fondant is kind of slippery, you could take some water and use it as like glue. So if I'm gonna put this string here, I'm gonna put some water there, put it, and then it won't be slippery anymore. And then water dries, so if it looks wet still, it's okay, it'll dry. And same goes for a star. And boom. If it was your first time tuning into this channel, my name is Chef Jelly. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and to hit subscribe. Comment down below, and for weekly updates, follow me on Instagram at Chef Jellies with an S. And don't forget to tune in next week for brand new videos.